Hi everyone and welcome back. Today we're going to talk about more interesting things relating to our sleep. Remember that ongoing poor sleep is extremely stressful on our body and activates our ancient stress response every time. It can't not react. Why? Because as we've seen in earlier videos, sleep is crucial for our survival. Without it, we die. If it is threatened in any way, our stress response will always react. Now, poor sleep, even for 1 week, disrupts healthy, balanced glucose levels in your blood. So much so that your blood could be tested and the results show as pre-diabetic. Now, why is that? Well, as a result of the stress response being activated, and it is always activated when we don't sleep well, our body always converts a special form of stored energy called glycogen, which is stored in every cell in our body, but mainly in our liver, into glucose, which floods through our blood system, so we automatically have the glucose energy supply needed to fuel our body for the potential fight or escape from the perceived threat that has activated our stress response, hence elevated glucose levels. But there is no threat as such except for a simple lack of sleep. Now you can test this for yourself at any time in the day with an inexpensive glucose monitor. If we regularly have poor sleep, then we have irregularly elevated glucose levels in our blood, and it is nothing to do with eating rich foods. Now, just for interest, my little buddy, have you ever wondered why you're struggling to lose weight even while on a strict diet? And that is so common that it really deserves its own song and song title. Now, moving on. When our ancient stress response is activated, it includes our sympathetic nervous system, which we've talked about in a previous video, which sends an instant signal to every part of our body to be on alert in order to recognize the potential danger our reptilian brain is reacting to. Our body remains on guard duty until it gets the correct signal to turn off. Now, when we are continually stressed, our sympathetic nervous system is continually activated, and therefore we are continually on guard duty, and that means ongoing poor sleep. Now, the stress response does that by producing the stress hormone, which also happens to be our wake-up hormone, cortisol. Now, why does it do that? Well, because it would not be wise to sleep soundly when there is a potential threat to our existence running around somewhere. And why else would our stress response be activated? Remember, it is a very ancient and highly successful evolutionary adaptation. We can't fight it, but we can learn to manage it, and with great effect. Now, poor sleep radically increases the chances of our arteries becoming blocked, brittle, heart disease, heart stroke, etc. And why is that? Well, because stress of any kind, which in this case includes a lack of sleep, automatically triggers the stress response. Yeah, we've got that right. Which includes the inflammation response, because the inflammatory response is an automatic part of the same stress response. Now, the hormones and chemicals that do this flow to every part of our body mixed in our blood. Short term, that creates inflammation inside our body, just like an inflamed pimple. It eventually calms down, but if that stress goes on year after year, that ongoing inflammation corrodes the same arteries which carry the blood. Our body's natural band-aid system, which is cholesterol, lays down over the damage to repair it, just like a scab. But the damage resulting from our lifestyle continues, along with more cholesterol being laid down. That's all our body can do. That, or reduce the cause of the stress, which reduces the inflammation in our arteries and in time causes the cholesterol buildup to melt away. But if we do nothing, eventually it blocks the blood flow and whoops, heart attack or stroke. Now, just for interest, the science is clear that any of these issues can be turned around within weeks simply by changing our lifestyle for the better. Remember, they are all part of the 21st century list of progressive diseases we've talked about. Now that means if you do this, it gets worse. But if you do this and stop doing that, then you progress back into the original direction of balance. It's a natural thing that happens, and it can be monitored. Now, fortunately, that information is well proven and freely available in the science world. And just a quick observation, cholesterol is not the cause of the underlying problem. Focusing on the cholesterol takes your eye off the real cause, and that's the science. Okay, how's that? Short and sweet, I hope. All right, we'll catch you later. Bye-bye.